Chapter 59 Germans invented ethanol and Humphrey Davy. In 1796, Edward Jenner, an Englishman, was able to find a vaccine for the smallpox disease that spread as an epidemic for 2000 years. And at the same time, a German researcher, Johann Tobias Louis, added alcohol that evaporates when wine is boiled. He recognized that this was a pure and volatile liquid. When the alcohol was boiled again, he separated the most volatile spirit. And Anthony Lavoisier pointed out that the composition of elements that make up that spirit is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. This alcohol was introduced as ethanol. In 1798, the kingship of Sri Lanka was given to Sri Vikrama Rajasinghe. It was after the death of King Rajadi Rajasinghe. At this time, the British had the Colombo port and Dutch had control of other coastal areas. Englishman Humphrey Davy, who used a book on chemistry written by Anthony Lavoisier, started experimenting by mixing different acids and metals in the year 1800. He observed that when two metals behave in acid solution, an electric charge is produced. At the same time, he was also able to produce different types of gases and inhale them to study the difference that the body feels. He was also able to produce a gas called nitrous oxide that could cause laughter when inhaled. And in 1802, the Dutch left Sri Lanka. They also brought a lot of wealth from Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka completely became a British colony. Humphrey Davy, who made a replica of Alexander Volta's battery, invented electricity and experimented with electricity. He observed that a bright light was produced when electricity was passed through a piece of carbon coil. It is called arc light. Such devices were used by magicians and the knowledge of electricity gradually spread. And in the year 1806, the lamps were removed from the lanterns that had illuminated the streets until now. Humphrey Davy's arc light device was installed instead. Its light was very bright, so it was difficult to use it indoors. Humphrey Davy introduced the process called electrolysis at this time. He pointed out that through this process, the element from which compounds are formed can be separated, and he was able to separate the metallic elements potassium and sodium and investigate their behavior. Continuing the electrolysis process, Humphrey Davy was able to separate calcium, strontium, barium, and magnesium. He was able to realize that just as electricity breaks down compounds and turns them into elements, electricity combines elements to create compounds. At the same time, European chemists distinguished elements such as aluminium, boron, iodine, silicon, and lithium.